Good afternoon, children. Welcome to 8th standard online science class. Today we are going to continue our uh, second unit in physics. Shall we get into our lesson, children? So the next topic we are going to see is floating and sinking. A body is said to be floating in a liquid when it is on the surface of the liquid or just below it. Okay, when the body is on the surface of the liquid. When the body is on the surface of the liquid. Look at the figure given here. The second one, the lemon is floating. How can we say that it is floating? It just touches the surface of the liquid. So we are saying that the lemon is floating. What about in the first one? The first one, the lemon is just below the surface of the liquid, so it's said to be sinking. Okay, children, do you understand? Yes. So what makes an object float or sink? So this is decided by the density of the object and the liquid under consideration. Okay, density of the object and the liquid under consideration. If the density of the object is greater, then we can say the object will sink. Okay, if the density of the object is greater, the object will sink. If the density is less, then it will float. Do you understood? So which has more density, that will sink, and which has less density will float. Do you understood, children? Yes. So when you sink the lemon in water, you do an activity, sink the lemon in a plain water. What will happen? The lemon will not sink, rather it will float. That means it has less density than the water. That's why it is floating. Then you add some water to the salt to the water, and then make the lemon to float. Now the lemon will not float, rather it will sink. Why this happens? This happens because now after adding the salt, the density of the water becomes greater. That's why the lemon is not able to sink, rather it floats. Do you understand, children? Yes. So this density of the object and the density of the liquid plays a vital role in sinking and water, and sinking and floating. Okay, floating of the object, which plays the density of the object and the density of the liquid. Do you understand? Yes, hope you understood well. But here is a question. The density of a steel is about 7.8 times greater than that of water. Okay. So iron has greater density than water. But how do ships float? How do ships float? Is it any possibility? Yes. You can alter the volume. When you alter the volume of any substances, when you alter the volume of any mass of the substances, then you can make it to float. For example, you take a clay. You know all molding clays you have, isn't it? Mold it like a petal. Then make it to immerse it in the water. What will happen? It will sink. It will first sink down into the bowl in which the water is taken. Okay. Then what you do? You just mold the clay like a boat. Okay, a boat. So make it to then immerse it into the water. Now it will float in the water. Now what happens? It will float in the water. How this is possible? This is possible because we have altered the volume of or increased the volume of mass of something. Okay, mass of that clay. Do you understand, children? So when you molded the plastine into boat, its shape changed and its effective volume increased, so it is floated. Do you understood? So the volume while you are molding it as a boat, the volume get increased. At the first case, the volume is very less. Okay, in this case the volume is very less. Here the volume is very less, so it sinks down. But in the case of in the second case, you mold it like a boat, the volume get increase in volume makes the clay to float. Okay, make the clay to float. So the similar technique is followed in the ship also. Okay children, you understood? So the ships rise when they enter a sea or ocean from a river, because sea water has a greater density than fresh water, isn't it? Due to the addition of salts, various salts, sea water has more density than the fresh water. So when they move from river to sea, the ships tend to lift up, that is they rise. Ship also rise and sink deeper with the change in temperature. So with the change in temperature also the ship rise or sink. Okay, the temperature decides whether the ship rises or sinks. Do you understand children? Yes, the density of water decreases. Not only water, all liquids decreases as the temperature increases. So ship sinks deeper in warm water. So ships will sink deeper in warm water. This rise and fall in level of water, this rise and fall in the level of water, as also the presence of high waves. Because of the high waves, not only temperature, this high waves also decide the sinking and floating capacity of the ship. So can be dangerous if a ship is loaded too heavily. If you load the ship too heavily, so this factors, that is the temperature and the presence of high waves, make the ship to submerge. So this is why all the ships have a water line painted around their hulk. Okay, a water line will be painted. When you notice the ships, they have a water line which is painted around their hull. Hull means body of the ship. So no ship is permitted or allowed to be loaded so heavily that the water line sinks below the surface of the water. So to the level of that, to that line only you can load the load the things. Okay, load the things. If the sink, after loading the ship, if the ship is seen to sink more than the water line, it is too dangerous and it is not allowed to travel. Do you understand children? So this is how the ship floats in the water. Do you understand? Though the ship is made up of iron, it has more density than the water. It floats in the water because of all these reasons. Do you understand this children? So far we have discussed the density of the solids and the liquids, and how the solids floats with the floats, or either floats or sinks in the liquid. Am I right children? Yes. Now we are going to discuss about the density of liquids, whether the liquids can float, So far we were talking about the solids, whether they are floating or sinking, and what makes the solid to sink or float. Now does the liquids float? Yes, of course liquids float, isn't it? When you pour some kerosene or cooking oil or any type of oil to the water, what happens there? What happens there children? Because the oils are tend to float on the water surface. Am I right? Here the picture shows the kerosene floats on the water. Why this happens? This happens because here also the density matters. Water has more density than the kerosene. That's why not only kerosene, all type of oil. Okay, that's why kerosene floats on the surface of water. Not only kerosene, all type of oils. Do you understand? So the density, what about milk? The density of milk is higher than that of water, but if you pour milk into a cup of water, the milk will not sink and form a distinct layer at the bottom because it readily mixes with the water. So this is an exceptional case. Milk, though it has more density than water, it will not sink in the water. Rather what it will do, it will readily mixes with the water. Okay, it readily mixes with the water. Do you understand children? So some liquids will readily mixes with the low density substances, and they are not sinking. Do you understand? So density decides whether the object floats or sinks. So here is a tabular column which says the density of some substances, and shall we read them? Mercury has a density of 13.59 gram per cc. Bromine is also has the density of 3.13 gram per cc. Aluminum has 2.7 gram per cc. Carbon, that is graphite. Graphite, you know what is a graphite? Yes, graphite is the pencil lead you are using, no? That is carbon, and the form of carbon is called to be graphite, and that has the density of 2.25 gram per cc. Copper, it has the density of 8.29 gram per cc. Gold, 19.32 gram per cc. Iron, 7.87 gram per cc. Ice, 0.91 gram per cc. Sulfur, 2.07 gram per cc. You understood, children? So all these among the things which are given in the tabular column, which has the more density. Of course, gold has the more, and gold has the most density, and the next comes the mercury. Am I right, children? Yes, that sounds good. So, do you understood the lesson, children? Hope you have understood the lesson very well and enjoyed the lesson. Do your assignment, read the question answers then and there. Be prepared for the upcoming exams, children. Stay home, stay safe, obey your parents, make your parents to get vaccinated. Meet you in the next class, children. Thank you.